Alright guys, so I'm back. I've already taken my coping saw and stuck the saw blade up through the hole and then tension the blade. So now what I'm going to do is just go over towards the line and then make my turns. What I do is I always try to keep the saw blade on the I cut with the pattern on the left and the blade on the right, so you can always keep an eye on where you're cutting. It's just nice and easy. One thing to mention is there's a lot of information out on the web regarding cutting pearl and the dust that it creates. So they sell pumps that pump air out to keep the dust out of your way and out of your breathing. What I do is I keep a fan blowing away from me, blowing the dust away from me. Let's see if we can get started. And I just blow on it a little bit to get the dust off of the pattern. So once you get close to that line, what you're going to do is move your saw blade up and down really quick and turning it while you do. So I've made my turn. I've got a pretty thick, pretty coarse saw blade on here. So there's that. I'll back that out. Now turn this. So you're not always, you're gonna have to have a blind cut regardless, but I'll do the same, or I'll do the same thing here. Try to get it to where you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll have to get set up to where I can point the camera a little bit better. That's pretty good. Going back over here. Turn it. This one, I'm gonna have to do a blind cut, meaning I'm the patterns, on the other side. So what I'm gonna do is just make a couple of cuts and actually just pull the blade back and watch it cut to where I know I'm cutting straight and the blade's not traveling off in the different direction. One thing to note is once you get close to that edge where you've already cut, well, there it goes. You're gonna want to go really slow. So let me get that little piece out of the way. So obviously, once you cut, that's it. You can't put it back. So let me cut this piece. It's easier to just go like in the middle and then do your turns instead of going into the corner, because that way you can keep your corner really nice and sharp. got to, as you cut, you'll figure it out. But the pearl has a tendency to want to. It's got grains in it, so your saw blade's going to get caught in those grains, and it's going to want to veer off from time to time. So you just got to be careful. Just pay attention. So right when I get to the very edge there, you just go really light. And you can just finish that up. Now let me take this saw blade out of my coping saw and back down through the piece. And then, so that's where you have that. I can finish up you can take a small file. Take a small file and then just kind of, you can really get it precise, and however straight you want it. You just want to keep the saw blade as perpendicular. Keep it nice and straight while you're making your cuts. That way, once you do your inlay, you're not going to have any problems. So it doesn't look too bad. We'll cut the outside of it and keep moving forward.